Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome to the next session of ABAP debugging strategy from basic to advanced. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the dynamic breakpoint where you can create the dynamic breakpoint on function module, subroutine, ABAP command like select query, update, modify, if, else, loop, exit, continue, whatever the ABAP command you can, the ABAP keyword you want, you can put, and there dynamically the breakpoint will be created. I'm going to show you. If you want to put a breakpoint on a specific message ID and message number along with a specific message type like error, abort, information, dump, different message type we are having, right? So along with a specific message type, we can use the dynamic breakpoint over there. We are going to see some use cases, then we will see what are the different usage, which are the place where we can use such kind of breakpoint, and then we will be looking into the watch points and how we can put the watch point on the variable with the condition. But before going ahead, let's have a quick recap what we have done in our last session. Last session we started with what is debugging, but we missed to define the debugging. Let me quickly write here the definition of debugging. So debugging is nothing but this is process of identifying the gap between expected result and actual result which you are getting now. So very simple definition of debugging. This is the process of identifying the gap, the bug. You are expecting something, but you are getting something different. That is what is known as debugging. What is bug in the program? Bug is the artifact. This is a virtual object, you can say, which is causing to not get the expected result. Okay, so this is one object which is causing you not to get the expected result. So we can define something like this: what is debugging and what is bug. Then we have discussed about the debugger breakpoint. We have discussed about the session breakpoint. We have also discussed about the hard coded breakpoint. We have seen external breakpoint and where we can use the external breakpoint. We have seen, right? One SAP system is there, and this SAP system is going to get called by UI5 or Fury application, WebDynpro application, Postman, Java, some another SAP. So in order to debug any RFC function module or any program which is going to get called within this RFCFM, we are going to use the external breakpoint. We'll be looking more into the external breakpoint in the coming session. Okay, so we saw about the external breakpoint. We have also seen in detail about the conditional breakpoint, how we can create a breakpoint with the condition. Okay, we saw what's the basic difference between F5, F6, F7, and F8, right? And these are the basic part of the debugging. Fine. So now let's go and continue the today's session. And in this, let me share my SAP screen. So I'm just sharing the SAP screen now. Yeah. So SAP screen is now I'm sharing and it's should be visible for everyone. Let me go to that program. Okay, I'm logged out. Let me quickly log in once again. So here SC38, and this is the program which I have created, and I've also already shared with everyone with the help of LMS portal. So under the class 1, you will be able to see all the resources like programs, assignment, PPT. I will be keep on updating after each class. So there, that program is already there. Let me search for the correct program which we were using. This one, this is the program. Okay, so dynamic breakpoint, how to use. Let's start with the basic. For example, in this program you have to, let's just assume that you have a big program, where 5 lakhs line of codes are written, even more than that, and there you want to get a stop on a particular, or you don't know where is the startup selection. Just assume a startup selection is getting started, where at line selection is getting started. Okay, you want to simply stop at the right statement when it's going to write something on the screen. You want to get it stop. Okay, so you don't want, like to put the breakpoint over here, because the number of codes are lot more, and due to that you are not able to identify which right statement is basically able to give the, you know output. So for example, if I'm going to run this, okay, let's give ROH over here and run this one, run this. So here you can see that we have the header, we have the footer, right? Let's assume I want to find out which right statement is displaying the footer over here, so that I can go and change this footer description to some another description, maybe first page, second page, something like that. Okay, so what we can do that, we can use, one thing is that you can observe the program, but if this program is big, you may follow the approach of dynamic breakpoint. Okay, so let's run it once again. Give this ROH over here, activate the debugger by putting /h and pressing enter. Click on this execute button or press F8. And in order to put the dynamic breakpoint, we use the F9. Okay, so this pop-up will come, or else you can go to the breakpoint over here and breakpoint at, and different option will be coming. Okay, or else you can come over here and click on the create button, and the dynamic breakpoint option. So there are several way, the best way which I feel is pressing F9. So as an ABAPer, to become an efficient ABAPer, it's better to use the keyboard, you know button. So F9 is the button, just use F9 button. And here write statement is responsible for writing that footer and header, right? So click on this OK button, and wherever the right statement is there, you can see that automatically the dynamic breakpoint has been created wherever the right statement. So you don't have to go and write on each right statement, this one. So this is the point. and now press F8. So I'm just going to press F8, and you can see that the first write statement is this. Uline is nothing but uline is the write statement only. It's going to draw a horizontal line. Okay, that's why automatically the breakpoint is set over here, right? Here also you can see this. Here also you can see, because these all are the part of a write statement. Here comma we have given, right? Comma we have given, that means right here is also, here is also, here is also, and that's the reason it's getting created on each statement, this breakpoint. Now we are more interested in that particular value which is populating. So let's go and see. I'm going to press F5, and here the write statement, again the header. Okay, but we are looking for the footer. So let's press again F8. So another write statement is this one. Again, keep on pressing F8, and you will find somewhere where your footer is getting printed, right? So generally footer is going to get print where? At the end of the page. Once the page is going to filled up, you know, after that your footer will be printed, right? So let's see. So it's going to get into loop, and once your first page is going to get printed, then automatically, you know, end of page is going to get triggered, and there is the place where your footer will be printed. So this is the basic concept which you should know. It will help you to get the resolution faster. If you know already that one, you don't have to debug. Directly you can go under the end of page event, and there you can check it out, right? But let's suppose if you don't know all those things, then you will have to debug step by step, right? So here see, on each write statement, it's going to get it trigger, right? So what I'm going to do, that at many times it's going to commit over here. So better, as we know that header gets printed at top of page level and footer gets printed at the end of page level. So why not to put the breakpoint at the end of page event instead of putting at write statement? Because we have to keep on pressing F8, 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 right? It will be a hectic job. So let's try to create on end of page event. However, end of page has been obsolete, right? But let's see, because that is the option. So here it's telling that it's incorrect entry, end of page, star, star, star. So it looks like end of page is an event, and there we won't be able to, you know, put the breakpoint. Okay. So there it's not allowing. Then what's the way? One way is that write statement we can use, correct? Uh, let's just verify if you can put the dynamic breakpoint on events or not. Let me give one more try, a start of selection, right? Here also, it's not allowing me. That means here, at least in ABAP commands, we will not be able to put the dynamic breakpoint for events. For write statement, if statement, like if you have the if, you can be able to put it over here, right? If you want to put on the else, we will be able to put it over here, right? But our requirement is to identify where that footer is written, correct? So I think write is the best way, because this is only getting supported here. So again, I'm putting on the write statement, right? But that is the problem. Like you will have to go step by step, step by step, step by step, and this will take the time. So if we're going to use the dynamic breakpoint over here, this is one way how you can troubleshoot and you can identify the issue. Okay. Now let me keep on pressing F8. I'm just pressing F8. Okay. See, on if and else everywhere it got created dynamically, that dynamic breakpoint. So let me delete this one. You can select and deactivate from here. Okay. You can deactivate for the moment, or if you want to delete, you can again click over here and it will be deleted. Come back. Press F8. So on all the right statement, it's there. Once again, I'm just pressing F8 and I'm willing to go to that footer where it's uh, getting printed. So press F8, right? No other way. I'm just pressing and trying to identify where it's written. So in debugging, patience is also one important factor that we must have. Otherwise, it will be difficult. And here you can see that at the end of page, the right statement is getting triggered, and that's where the footer is present. But in order to identify this issue, this is not the best approach, right? Why? Because it's like, taking time. Better than this, what can be the approach? Let me tell you. Press F8, come out. We have come out. And now, first you tell me what approach you will be following in order to identify this footer where it's getting written, even if large number of codes are there. Okay. Which will give you the which will tell you more, efficiently, like it will take less time to identify this place where it's getting printed. What do you think? You can write here in the chat box what you can, what should be your approach. What do you think? End of page. Okay, very good. Uday is writing end of page, so we can try to identify the end of page, right, event where it's so for this we should have the basic understanding, like where the footer is going to get print, where the header is going to get print, right? So if you know that understanding, that at end of page command our footer will be printed. So what we can do, that we can search for end of page globally in this program, right? End of page, we can search it off, right? So, and here we found this one. So globally you can search this option, global search option we can use. And we found that here end of page and here write command is there. And if you want to change, from footer to, let's suppose, footer test, something like that, I just want to change and activate this one, activate. And if you run this program, it will be, working over there as expected, right? So footer test. So this is the correct place where we have, done the changes. So after each page, that is going to get print. Another way, what can be, like, the footer test is written over here. Just copy this text, because somewhere this text will be getting printed, right? Then in that case, also the text itself we can search for globally. So just run this one and you can see that our text which is getting printed over here is there, right? So here you can come and again you can change. So these are more efficient way than the dynamic breakpoint, right? But I will show you the power of dynamic breakpoint. So all the solution is not relevant for all the problems, right? So depends on the problem, we can follow the specific solution. So this is the solution which you can follow. Now I'm just pausing my screen, and I'm doing some changes. Just give me 10 seconds. Okay. So I'm doing the changes. And now I have done the changes. Okay. So again, I'm going to share my screen, and you just, let me know. I'm going to ask few questions over here. Again, I'm going to run. Okay. Press F8, and you can see that footer test is coming. So the solution which I have just provided to you, like search for the footer test, I'm going to search it once again. Here somewhere I have written the breakpoint. It's stopping every time. Let me remove that. So let's search for that. And this time you can see that I'm not able to search anything, right? I'm not able to find. So it got disconnected. Let me connect once again. SC38, that program, click on this display button and click on this search, Control V, footer test. See, now I'm not able to find that one. Can you tell me? See, when I'm printing this record, when we are printing, we are able to see that this is the footer test, right? So there will be some write statement which will be printing this one. So here dynamic breakpoint will be useful, can be useful, but again, that is the problem. You should have enough patience to keep on pressing, because some of the write statement only it will be writing it over here, right? Some of the write statement, because this is a normal report prepared with the help of write statement. Here there is no ALV or something like that. You can verify if I have used any ALV or not. So you can simply search with the ALV. And in this report, there is no ALV. That means I'm using mostly the write statement. Okay. In this particular scenario, it's easy for me to say that I'm not using ALV. This is how the write statement is coming and all, right? Because this code was written by me only. I know each and every part of this code, right? But when you don't know this program at all, in that situation, you will have to certainly observe the code. And when we are going to observe the code, we can identify easily that, we are using the right statement. We can search with the ALV terminology, whether we are using the ALV or not. Like if you want, or let's suppose if ALV term is coming over here, then you can search with the reuse ALV grid or reuse ALV list, right? Or you can check out if the CLGUI grid or CL underscore salvi underscore table class are getting used, right? So that's why the basic understanding is very much required in order to debug anything efficiently, right? That's the approach you can follow. Let's coming back to the topic, when I'm running this one, still this footer test is coming, and now there is very much possibility that I'm using the right statement only. So again, you can use the dynamic breakpoint on the right, and you can keep on pressing F8 and check the content where it's printing the footer test, right? Because when I'm searching this footer test, I'm not able to find, right? So that is one way. That is one way, but I'm not able to find. So there is a possibility that when I'm printing this footer test, I have used some selection text variable, right? Which we maintain at the here, right? Here, right? Text symbol, selection text, list heading. There is possibility that here we have maintained. So whenever such kind of scenario comes into picture, first search over there that particular text. If the texts are not present, you know, better you search that text inside the text symbols or selection text or list headings. First search over there. If it is not found, then you search it over here, and there is a maximum probability that you will be able to find. And you can see that this is the text -001. This variable I'm using for the purpose of printing this footer test. So this 001 you can search in the program. So put the cursor over here and click on this where used, and you can see that here I'm using right text -001, right? Making sense? Just type yes if it is making sense what we are discussing over here. Just type yes if it is making sense what I'm discussing over here. Thank you for your confirmation, right? So first search over here. If you found, that is fine. If you didn't find that particular text, you first you then go to the text elements. So how to go to the text elements? F5 you can press on the keyboard, or else go to, and here you will see somewhere text elements, right? Search over there. So this is what the approach you can follow. And let's suppose if some message is there, right? So you should know what are the different ways in which message can be populated, right? So dynamic breakpoint on the message you can use, right? For example, let's suppose somewhere I'm going to put the message over here, somewhere, anywhere. Just let me go into the change mode. Going to remove the lock. Not sure how the lock is applied. So let me remove this lock and come once again to SE38. Go into the change, and somewhere if you have the message, so you should know like what are the different way. So if the message is hard coded, if you search with the text, you will be able to find, right? If message is using the text element, correct? So for example, let's suppose in the display data, I'm going to write over here this message, just some information message. Okay, so let me activate this, and run this one. See this information message. If you want to find from where this information message is coming, it's a simple. You can go and you can paste it over here. In this scenario, this is fine, right? Let's suppose if you have used the message ID. So let's quickly maintain one message ID, AC91 transaction, where we can maintain the message ID. So let me quickly go /OSC91, and here some message. Let's see if some message is available. Go into the change mode, and next free entry is 4, and simply I'm going to give, or maybe information here, information. Just I want to give this message information. So message number 4, ZMSG, right? So I triple G, 004, this is the message number, and the message ID was ZMSG, correct? So if you this one, activate this one, activate this one, and press F8. Now if you run again, information message is coming. But now if you search with the information text, you will not be able to see. Why? Because we have maintained over there. So in this case, what should be your approach, right? Here the dynamic breakpoint will be useful, and generally it becomes useful in this scenario. Okay, so what we can do that we can put the dynamic breakpoint. Let me run it, give it, activate the debugger, and press effect. Now press F9 and give the ABAP command over here, message, and now press F8 and press F8, and you can see that this message is coming over here, correct? I004 ZMSG. So it's getting a stop directly it over here, and you are able to see this. So by this way you can identify, but you might be thinking, right, that let's suppose if you have the big line of code, lot of lines of codes are written, okay, then in that case what, there will be thousands of messages, correct? There will be thousands of messages. Here just one message is there, and I'm able to show you that it got a stop it over here and like that, correct? Then what you can do, here you have the help button. Click on this F1. Okay, so exactly it will tell you on which message ID and message number this is coming from. So just copy this one. Last 3 digit is your message number, remaining is going to be your message ID. Okay, so I'm completely copying this one. So because you have the large number of code, correct? Because you have the large number of code, many messages will be there. If 1 or 2 messages there, that's fine, correct? If large number of codes are there, what you can do that you can come over here, and here also it's going to help you the dynamic breakpoint only, but not this ABAP command. Message, come over here, the message, give the message ID. Last 3 character will be your message number, which you have to put in the number, and this is the message, and the information is the type is I. Even you don't give this IE, or that is fine, most specific stuff you have done. Okay, but if you know already, I know that this was the information message, right? So I'm putting it over here. However, this is not that much required. This and this is sufficient. The thing is over here, the more information you are going to put, the more specific you are going to become. That's it. If you simply go give 004, it will stop on all the 004 message number. If you don't give this one, it will stop on all the 004 message number. Okay, so I'm just going to press, because in this program there is one message with the 004, so it will stop directly over there, right? But in the big program where several message ID and several message numbers are there, how will you do, right? You have to be more specific. Give the message ID, also give the message number, at least these two. If you give, it will directly stop it. Let's go and see over here MM02 transaction, a standard transaction where we can find several lines of code. So I'm going to MM02, and we want to see you know, we want to do some changes. Let's suppose instead of gross weight 600, I'm going to put 700 and click on the save button. And here you can see that we are getting this error, correct? uh this error we are getting, some message we are getting of error message type, right? No message ID, no message number, correct? This is what you have. Now if you think that if you can search into the program directly for that message, and you will be able to identify, it's very hectic, you know, it's very hectic. Let me search in the main program. So I went to into the MM02 program,
Hi
right?
Pankaj, small
Yes.
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, when we are searching here, see two radio buttons are there in master program and in include. I mean current include.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose actually recently I got one incident saying that I need to debug VA02,
Mm-hmm.
which is updating some BDCP2 table.
Mm-hmm.
Then if I put in main program, suppose it is updating BDCP2 table, then I search for BDCP2.
Okay,
In
Srinivas, one thing. Just let me explain this concept, and if we discuss this after the session, will it be fine for you? We
yeah, okay. What?
Mhm. Let me first, actually, what I'm thinking, first, let me explain all the concept. And if you still like, you know, if you find anything, we will be discussing so that I will not disturb my flow actually, you know, otherwise it will disturb my flow. And, you know, so let me first explain this one and then I will take up your question. Okay. This should be fine for you, right? Srinivas?
Yes, yes, Pankaj.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So here, if we are going to search, you know, see, we are not able to find that one. I told you to go to F5, right? And search for that particular text over here. So let's search it over here. Here also, we are not able to find under the selection text, maybe. So selection text, this is for where selection text we use for the purpose of displaying the text, like the parameters, select options, radio button, you know, this is the place where we use. And this is for the header displaying. So the important stuff is this one. Important place is text symbol, right? We have searched and we didn't find it over here. Now then what how to find from where that particular message is coming? So that's where the dynamic breakpoint is going to play very important role. Okay. Or else what you can do, you can enable the trace and you can find from where, you know, that message is coming. So first you will have to apply the trace. We are going to discuss all those techniques, but in this particular situation, you know, better once you can try with the message, dynamic message. Okay. So let me click on the save button and you can see that it's coming into red. That means it is the error message, right? So so let's go back. Just go back and go to M02 once again and press enter. Here, change it once again something. Activate the debugger and click on this save button. Now press F9 and go to the dynamic breakpoint. Message ID you don't know, right? Number also you don't know, but you know that the type is E. Okay. Let us see. Click on this OK button and press F8. Here something is coming. Let's see. Size sub RC is 0. I Matner is this one, right? This is some different message. E004. This is the error 004. I Matner I Saisa Barsi, what is your message ID? You can check like this. Current message ID which is going to consider PIC01. But with the nature of the message, it's giving the material number and all. There, the material number and all, it was not coming, right? If I can show you, this was the message it was coming. Here, nowhere the material number, right? So there is no probability that this is a place where, from where it's coming, right? So going ahead, so again, the same place, again it is a different place, it is raging not active. You can ignore raging not active kind of clause, this is again E20 287, right? So just ignore this one, ignore this one as well. Or like if you want to get it verified, you will have to get it. So generally the raging is the, is not the one causes the issue. Okay, raging not active we are having over here. So if you just go and press F1, you can see that what's the meaning of raging not active, and you will find that this message is not meaningful. Okay, so I want to show you. Just I pressed F1, and from there, so raging clause message and raging exception, right? So not found is an exception basically. And here you can see the statement message with the addition raging raises a non-class based exception and only sends a message if the exception is not handled. Okay, it will send only the message, it will display only the message when the exception is not handled. The semantics of message and with is the same as in the statement message without the addition. Okay, so basically, like if any exception is not handled, then with that message it will raise an exception. But our stuff is not that. Our stuff is error message. So wherever the raging is there, you can ignore raging not active, not active, not active, not active. Generally we ignore, so you also ignore. Okay, this is not the place from where message comes. So whenever this you can consider, here not active is there. So what you will have to do, WB2B and 257. You have to put this extra effort. There is no other way. Okay. WB2B E257 257. Display this one. Association management is not active. This is not our error message, right? So again, so like this, again, you can ignore this one because raging not active is coming. So as soon as you find this one, ignore this. This is not the place. This you can check it, but already we have checked. Remove this also is not raging one. You can simply ignore. That is not the place from where the message comes. This you will have to check, but this it's getting captured over here in GB underscore message, and these they are setting somewhere. So this is also not the place. But again, our message is not captured, right? It didn't stop. FEIT mat type can't belong to material group. So in such situation, always better to check out the technical description, and it will give you the sufficient information. So simply by searching with text will not make sense, and simply directly putting the dynamic breakpoint on message will not make more sense. So what basically I'm trying to tell, whenever you come across any situation, make sure that you first go and check it out, the technical description, and it should give most of the time, 99% time, it will be giving you the sufficient information. Okay, so this is the stuff and we frequently use. So why to ignore this one? Let's search once again and see exact place, exact include, and exact line number it is telling from where the message is populating, right? exact program, exact include, and exact line number. So just copy this include name, right? And at line number 4 we will see that what it's given. So whenever you come across this kind of message, first go and search out the technical description, and mostly you will find it out over there. So go to AC38 and paste that particular program. It was an include program, and click on this display button, and the 4th number message, you can see that, right? So a scenario, the scenario where you get the message text, what should be your approach? The very first approach should be, you know, if like technical description and all is not given, right? First approach should be, first check the technical description of the message. Okay, most of the time you will be able to find the exact place, you know, or the message ID and message number with message type. If you find the exact place or message ID and message number with message type, your work is done, right? This is what the information we were looking for, right? So the first approach you follow, if the first approach is not going to be successful, then what you have to do, search that text in the entire program. Okay, if this is also not going to be there, then search that text in the selection text, right? Selection text, how to go to there? By pressing F5, you can go to selection text, or you'll have to go to, and there you will find the selection text option. Menu, go to, and selection text you will find. So this is what the approach you have to follow. Let's discuss some more point over here. You can see that this message is over here. Now, one more scenario over here. /n mm02. Let me close. There are so many sessions got opened. We are going to close some of the session. Let's go into the same material number once again. And here I'm going to give the 900 or something like that, gross weight, or maybe 1100, and click on this save button. Here again, the same error is coming, correct? We know from where that error is coming, right? So let me leave this. I'm going to use another material which I have already prepared this for you. Run this one, and here you give 1200 or maybe 1500. Click on the save button, and here you can see that gross unit is not allowed more than 900 kg. No, I think it should be written. I missed to write. Gross weight is not allowed more than 900. What you can do, double click over here. See here message ID and message number, you got it over here, right? So your work is done. Okay, and here dynamic breakpoint is going to be very much effective. Okay, so what you can do, come here once again, this one, and give this 1500 Activate the debugging by putting slices and pressing enter. Click on this save button and now press F9, and then you have to go once again to this message, paste it over there, and last three characters, remember this is going to be your message number. Cut from there, remaining is going to be your message ID. Okay, give it over here, press enter, and now press F8, and you can see that it got it stopped over here. So it looks like some class, G class, right? And here body you can see. So this is the implementation of somebody. Somebody is there, and that's the reason how you got it a stop over here with the help of dynamic breakpoint, right? And you found the place. So what? So if your functional is telling that uh, this error is coming, so can you check why this error is coming and in what scenario this error is coming? So you can see that for this material group, MATKL stands for material group, right? For material group DEMG and gross weight, BRGEW is nothing but gross weight. Okay, how I know? By pressing F1 on those two fields, right? For material group and gross weight. Okay, or what you can do, WMRI, you can see here, double click over here, and you know it was BRGW. See here, MATKL, DEMG, and MATKL. You can come copy this, go to SC11, or simply you go to this structure W underscore Mara. Slash so SC11, Control V. Okay, so it's not the database structure, it's the structure from here, locally declared structure. That's why it is uh, not do one thing. This is the variable name. This is not the structure. It's the variable name. Let's find out the structure. W Mara. The structure is this one. This is the structure. Mara is the structure. Okay. So you can come and Mara. Yes, we know already. Mara is the table over here. And from the material group, you can search it. MATKL, and see here, this is the material group, right? And there was one more field called BRGEW. So we can come over here and we can search for that, right? Gross weight. So by this way, you can identify, or directly you can go to SE11 and give this field itself. Most of the time field name and data element name remains same. So you will be able to get the description. MATKL is also a data element, right? BRGW is also a data element. So directly you can give it and you can find it. So BRGW I'm just giving, okay, and click on this display, you can see. So like that you can identify. Good. So this is the basics of ABAP. I believe you already know, but still revising for those who are kind of fresher and from the functional background. Okay. So here just press F8 and you got this particular message. We have seen how beneficial over here the dynamic breakpoint. If you know already the message ID and message number. Now in this particular program, let me do one. Let me show you one more thing over here. This message, if you go and check it out, I've just double clicked over here. This is the message number it's showing. So if this is the message number, Let me note it down for you. If this is the message number, then this last three characters is going to be, your message number. Actual message number is 003, and your message ID is going to be, remove the last three characters, and whatever the remaining you are going to have, that is going to be your message ID. So this is the place where you have to put the dynamic breakpoint basically. Okay. Now one more point I would like to share over here. Click on this technical settings. Here also you can see that it's giving you the direct place from where the error message is coming. Sometimes it will not show you. You will be having this information only. So this is sufficient, right? This information is sufficient. Now, if you know only this and this is also sufficient to put the dynamic breakpoint. Okay. So it was ZMSG and 003, right? This is the message. Another thing over here, from this message number itself, you can find out what are the places this message ID and message number has been utilized. So let's suppose in a system, you don't have the debugger authorization, right? You can display the message, you can check the message, you can perform the where used, but see, for putting the dynamic breakpoint, you should have the debugger authorization. Just assume a scenario. Sometimes even the developer won't having the access in production, right? And generally, if the organization is big, you won't be having, right, the debugger access in the production directly. You have to log in through the firefighter, right, through the GRC system, by taking the approval and all, and then only you will be able to debug. But let's suppose there is some urgency and you want to find out, right? So you got the message ID and message number from the message description. Put the cursor over here and click on this where used list. Okay, it will tell you the places from where this message is going to come, right? If there are many places from where this message are coming, it will be difficult for you to identify. In that case, you must have to follow the dynamic breakpoint approach. But let's suppose if some 2, 3 or 4 places are there where this message are getting used, you can observe and tell that, okay, this is the possible places. This can be the possible. If there is only one, like here in our scenario, right? You can tell with confidence that, see, this is the condition and that's the region it's displaying the message. So without debugging, also you can tell if at 1 or 2 places that message ID or message number is getting used. Okay. But if you have the complex, but if that message ID and message number are getting used at many places, the dynamic breakpoint is the perfect way to identify the exact place from where the message ID and message number is coming. Or else, yeah, if the source text and all is not given. So this is what about the message ID and message number. Now, some more point over here. Let me go here itself and I will show you. So here in this particular, MM02 transaction, what basically we want to do that we want, or let's suppose go to MM03. MM03. So see, we want to identify the place from where this material is getting read, right? So obviously it will be getting read either from the Mara table or mat doc table, right? So let's see how to identify the place from where this material is getting read and displaying over here, right? You were thinking like, that some of the data is not coming correctly, right? So you want to identify the place from where this material is getting read. So there also the dynamic breakpoint is going to be very much beneficial. Okay, come here, slash h, click on display, press F9, and then you have to use the ABAP command. Here, select, right? Give a star, press F4, see what are the different options. Only this select option is there, right? Click on this OK button. So we have put the dynamic breakpoint on all the select, right? Press F8. This is one select from where the data is coming, right? Press F8. This is another select. See, select single star from Mara where matter equal to this one, correct? So this is the place from where. So you can see that how beneficial this one, correct? Now you might be thinking that, in the first attempt itself we got that particular information. If you want to put on a exact DB table, right? So let's see if that we can do or not. However, this itself is going to be a lot of beneficial, a lot beneficial in the real-time stuff. But still, like if you are thinking that we want to use, let me remove. So just click over here and it will tell you want to delete all the breakpoint. Yes, I want to delete it, and press F8. Okay. So now slash h once again and press enter. This time what we are trying to do, that put the select only on some specific table. So what you can do, go to the break or watch point, select this entry and click on this define filter. Here select filter limitation relating to database table. That means it's telling that, give the database table on which you want to put the select. Here you give the Mara, okay, and click on this. So when so by this way, the benefit what you will get, it will just get a stop only at that places where the selection on Mara is there. So you can see the select start from Mara into this. So it's getting a stop. It will not stop on another place. See here again the Mara, correct? So it will stop all those places where selection are there on the Mara table. So this way also you can identify, or for example, let's suppose I'm going to create one material mm01, correct? So here maybe chemical industry and raw material we want to create, press enter. Okay, give some test over here. The material group 1200, base unit of measure EA. What I want to do, that what are the place where this material are getting inserted into the table. Enable the debugger, click on this save button, press F9 and tell me which open SQL is responsible for creating the entry into Mara table, because new material I'm going to create, right? Because new material we are going to create. So obviously either it will be using the insert or modify, correct? Update will certainly not be there. So either you can use the insert or you can use the modify. So for insert, let's see. Insert DB tab, insert IT tab. Insert statement can be used for database table, for internal table, for field group, for report, for text pool. These are the different variation of insert statement. We are interested in insert into DB tab. mostly in Mara table, right? Because it's creating the material. Let's check if there is variation for modify. Yes, for modify DB tab also is there. So just I'm going to, use this modify DB tab. Click on this OK button. Come over here under the breakpoint and watch point, and let's try if we can put the filter, because we are interested in only for the Mara table, right? Here it's saying there are no filters for this type of breakpoint. So filter you won't be able to define for the insert statement. So that's fine, no problem. Come over here and check if we here also. So for insert and modify, we will not be able to apply the filter. That's perfectly fine, not a problem. Now press F8. See the insert statement. So while creating the material, this is one table which is getting affected. ARFC is data, right? You know about TRFC, QRFC, all those concept, correct? So it's the creating when TRFC, QRFC database, then all they are doing, their framework is creating the material, and for that purpose it's inserting some TRFC stuff over there. So that is not our concern. We are interested in Mara. Okay, so let's see. So see all this insert, 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 insert. There are so many insert, right? So here patience comes into picture, and you can see that update debugging gets called. So generally you should know, just make it as a thumb rule in any SAP standard transaction. For the purpose of having the better performance, they use the update function module. You know that update function module gets called asynchronously, which improves the performance. So this update function module got triggered. Before showing this one to you, let me quickly show you one more stuff so it will make more sense. Come here and give some test and some material group, some, this one. And now /h. Though we are going to discuss this update function module and all in more detail, but here under the settings, go to the change debugger profile or settings. Until and unless you will tick this update debugging, your control will not go into the update function module. So you have to make sure that you have enabled this one, or else after completion of this, your update function module window will not come into picture. Yesterday someone was asking, like, that after the debugger completion, one pop-up gets come out. So you can check also, like, if your update is ticked, you can remove that update and system both, and you can check still that pop-up is coming. So now if you remove, that will not come, but I have to enable, because in all the standard transaction, most of the time the update comes into picture when commit works gets executed, because they will be maintained in the update function module, right? So what's the benefit? First thing is that you can achieve the SAP LUW, either all or none concept, right? If you don't know all these things, please go through the video. It's already, I have uploaded on the YouTube, right? Learn the concept of update function module. It's already there. Learn the concept over there for SAP LUW. Okay. So these two, at least just go through and try to learn from there. Or else if you have already like ABAP course, just go and refresh it over there. There also I have discussed in very much detail in your ABAP course. Okay, you can refresh from there. Now press F8 and click on this save button. See, update debugging has been triggered. And now press F9, and here insert DB tab, right? and the modify, either insert or modify. Mostly like when you are going to create the new entry into a DB table, insert statement is the recommended way, because modify will not give you the better performance. Why? Modify first will check whether this entry is there or not, right? Insert has to go simply and get insert, because this is a new entry. Of course, SAP writes the code from the performance point of view, so they will not use a modify in this scenario. So there is very much possibility that insert they would have used, right?
Hello, Pankaj. Pankaj.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, you have shown before now how to put table name there. Suppose I want to search for one table, MAKT or something. When it is updating, how to put table name
For
in
insert and
debug.
modify, it is not giving you the option, right?
Yeah,
For, yeah, see here,
okay.
select this one and click on this define filter. It's not allowing. For update only, you can have that option.
Yeah,
Okay,
for that
update
update
and
only.
select. Yeah, update and select, you will be having that option. I
And
will
how
show
to
you
put? Can
one
you
second.
show?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
show
I
me
was.
again?
You can go here, F9,
Okay.
select, give over here the select. For select and update, you can use. Let me show you
Pankaj,
for update also. Just 1 second. Let me complete this one. Here you can go to the break point or watch point. For select and update, you can define the filter selector and update. Both selecting together. Let me see if it allows or not. Yeah, it's allowing me. Click on this. Click on this. Okay, and give the table name. Okay, and click on this. Okay. So for both, actually, it got, you know. So for select only, it got, basically it enable the debugger script. This is your debugger script. When we are going to learn this debugger script, you will be able to relate more. But here, just understand this is how you can put the filter. Okay, for select, it got only applied on the select. Let me select once again, update, and here also you can enable the filter. Okay, so I think already there, Mara, here you can see, right? So both, this is responsible for creating the filter, and this is nothing but your debugger script. This one, we'll be discussing this. Okay, so this is how you have to put.
Pankaj, I have some one query. Like,
Mhm.
can we try the same option like what you give, like select and update? Can instead of putting insert DB tab, can you just give insert and try the apply filters here? Maybe that can work
where
because
where where here,
like when you go to
you
the
want to,
insert, yeah,
do
like
you
when you
want me
create,
to select this one?
no, like when create a
F9.
fresh breakpoint on
Okay,
statement insert, only insert
okay.
will,
Hmm. Okay, okay,
yeah.
I got your point. Only insert. Yes. Okay, let's give a try. Good idea. So select this one, insert, and click on this define filter. There are no filters for this. So
Oh,
here also it's
okay.
not
That's
separating.
okay. Doesn't work. Okay,
Yeah.
Pankaj. Thank you.
Select and update, I'm sure. And we have seen also it's working. For select and update, you can define the filter. Okay. For select and update. So this is the point. Now I'm going to remove all these, three, otherwise it will stop at many places, and just click on this delete. Now come over here and press F8, and you can see that the first statement here, the insert into Mara value Mara. This is the place where the Mara table is getting updated, means the record is getting inserted. So that's how you can realize the power of, here insert MAKT, where your material description is getting updated, right? MARM table, MOFF, right? So you can identify like this way which are the table is getting updated. Okay, so let me remove this one. Now also, this dynamic breakpoint, when we are creating this one, if you think that what are the FMs are getting called, okay, so that also you can do it easily using the dynamic breakpoint. So /h, click on the save button, and F9, then function. Here you can give the function module. If you think that some function module, for example, in some program, in some complex program, you have used some BAPI material save data, right? Let's suppose if you think that in this program, this is nothing but a program which we are debugging, right? If you think that somewhere if this function module have been used and you want to get directly stop at that particular function module, you can use this one. Okay. Or if you don't, if you're not sure, and if you want to get a stop on all the function module, call function, right? This is how we call the function module, right? Press enter and press F8. See, this is the function module. This is the, so different function module, different function module, right? It's getting, if you simply want to get a stop at this particular function module, you know that this is going to get triggered, right? So what we can do that, you can go to F9 over here and function, give this function module mara means, press enter and now press F8. Say I have put my control over here by pressing shift F12, right? So that again it will go right, and I want to show that it will stop directly over here. Okay, so press F8 and you can see that inside this function module, the very first statement, it got stopped automatically. Why? Because I have put the dynamic breakpoint on this function module. It will not stop here. It will not stop here. It will stop the first executable line inside this function module. So first executable line of this function module is this one, and here it got stopped. Okay. So similarly, you can see that you have the various option methods. You can give the class name and method name over here. Local class in program also we can use program name, local class, method. Very powerful feature these are basically. In the real-time support project where the complex business scenario for the big companies like Walmart, Reliance, where the lot of custom codes are written, there such kind of options are going to be lot of beneficial and you find very much useful. This form, message, source code, simple transformation, webbed in pro, and this is like whenever your stack is going to get changed. What's the meaning of a stack, right? See, I'm enabling this one. A stack means this one. So whenever the next stack is going to come, for example, I'm going to press F8. See, main. So a new stack is open. From here, this got called. Again, I'm going to press F8. See, another stack, Mara means. So let me remove this Mara means one, and then I will show you that this one, these three, just going to remove. So press F8. See. So go to desktop 2. Main method, press F8 once again. See, whenever any stack here, stack will change. You will realize that here, whenever any changes in the stack will happen, it gets stopped. And this stack is very important for backtracking. If some data here, let's suppose this data is not as expected, what you can do, you can go back and check that particular data which we are passing, right? So you can check. Again, you can check, you can backtrack from where this data is getting populated, right? So like that, you can backtrack, right? And you can find out the source of the data from that data is populating. If the source is correct, then the final destination is which? We are trying to find out why this data is not correctly over here. Let's suppose, just assume. Okay. So first find the source if by backtracking. Okay, we'll have to backtrack and we have to find. I will take up some complex scenario and I will show you how with the help of stack navigation we can backtrack the variable value and we will try to identify the root of the problem. Okay, so let's suppose if source is also fine, then in between there is some logic which is disturbing the value of that particular variable. So you have to now like before executing this one, obviously the previous statement would have got executed and we will check, right? So that's why debugging is a skill, and this will come through the practice. So if you have the concept, your practice will be more efficient, it will be more skillful. Practice is important. Whenever you get any chance, whether you are functional or ABAP, so ABAP don't have any choice to escape, you must have to debug. So embrace that one, start debugging any complex scenario. And if you found any problem, we have the weekly inner circle call on Sunday. I will be giving you the WhatsApp group for that, and on Sunday 4 p.m. we are having this one. So even after this class, after completion of this course, any problem in the debugging, if you get stuck, you can ask me over there. Like if you're not able to identify yourself, I will debug those for you, okay, in front of you and other participants. So with this, let's stop this dynamic breakpoint. You got some idea, start implementing this one, start utilizing the feature of this. See, whenever a stack is getting changed, it's stopping. Why? Because of the feature, because of the settings we have selected. When ABAP or a screen stack changes, we have already selected this one, right? Already it is present, where you can see already it's present under the breakpoint and watch point stack change, right? So if you want to remove, just, or if you just want to deactivate, just deactivate. If you have deactivated, further you can activate also by clicking over there. Okay, I'm just going to delete, I don't require now. Press F8 and let's stop it over here. So now go ahead and ask your question.
Sir, can I share my screen? I am unable to debug yesterday's programs.
Yeah, we will go over there, but during the class, when people was asking the question, first I will take their question, and
Okay,
then
sir.
one by one we will see.
Pankaj.
Yeah, Abdul,
Hello.
yes.
Yeah, Pankaj, stack means what? Like the module or the event, what it is
The
actually?
stack is this one. Let me show you once again. /h. A stack is this one. See, here we have a stack means this transaction is calling this screen. This screen is calling this PAI screen, PAI module. This PAI is calling this function module, and this function module is calling this PAI screen. So this is a stack, the sequence in which the control is flowing. So this transaction. So let's go to the settings and change debugger and click on this system debugging. Already we have clicked over there, so no problem. Just navigate to this entry in the stack is not possible. Here we will not be able to navigate because this is the transaction. Here, fine. So see here, this screen 1000 screen is calling this module. See here, start dialog, and when and under this, if you go, this module is calling this particular function module, and this is calling this one, right? Call a screen. So it is showing the sequence in which the control has flown till here. Getting the point? This is known as a stack.
It
So
is
whenever
basically the flow of the program.
correct, whenever any new flow comes into picture, whenever this stack is going to get changed, that means new call in the way going to come, it will stop. Okay.
And how to go back into the stack? Like if I am in 4 number stack function,
Yeah,
and
you
if
can double click. You can double click here. Here you can double click. It will be here. It will show you. Okay. It will show you. See here. Wherever you want to go, just double click over there. Okay.
Okay, and one more point. Can you open that your custom program which you created yesterday in separate screen?
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, don't put any session breakpoint here, and click on F8
Okay.
and put /h in the command boxes.
Okay.
Okay, and again click on F8.
Okay.
So why it is stopping here at selection screen output? We have not put any breakpoint here, like a session breakpoint or a hard coded point.
Yeah. See, we have activated the debugger, right?
Yes,
We have activated the debugger. So somewhere it has to stop, correct?
exactly. Yes.
So now your question is why it's getting stopped here itself, not at another places, right?
Yes. Yes.
So see, this is the event which is going to get called when any screen when the selection screen is displayed, right?
Okay.
So just before that, what is there? This selection screen, 1000 number standard screen was there, right? So it's returning from there. You can see that it's returning the symbol. You can see that it's returning from there. It will go to the next now. See, it's going to the next now. So it was telling that it's returning from there, from that particular selection screen. If you do in beginning over here, if you see here, it will this time it will stop on some another place, not on that place. See, on process after input. Why? Because on the standard screen, I have clicked F8 after activating the breakpoint, right? So all the screens have 4 types of different event: PBO, PAI, POH, and POV. PBO means process before output, PAI means process after input, process on value request, and process on help request. So the first executable place where it is supposed to stop, the system stops, so it just gets a stop at the first executable line. Any other question?
No, no, I'm done. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abdul.
Pankaj, I have my doubt. Actually, regarding that, actually, we are changing one sales order in VA02, which is having 2 line items.
1 second. VA02, right?
Yeah. We are changing the sales order, which is having 2 line items.
Okay.
Actually, for bomb material, it is working fine. For a substitution type category, when we are changing the line items, both line items,
Okay.
actually in background it is updating in CD pos table, CD header and CD pos.
Okay.
Because we are changing the line items. Our issue is for bomb material, it is updating correctly in CD header and CD pos. But for substitution material, only 1 line item is updating there, not 2 line items in CD pos.
Yes. So you have to debug, right?
Yeah, we are unable to find out where the CD pos table is updating in the program. That's how to debug and how to reach that point. That I have doubt. Actually, I have.
So you got like how to find out where a particular table is getting updated, right?
Yes. Where in program where it is updating. That's the program level. Code level. At which point it is updating. Update statement or modify statement.
Yes. So update you can use, right? Update.
But
first
we are
check
not
with
able
update.
to find out when we search with update or insert or.
See that with my experience, I can tell you for sure that will be getting updated into the update function module. Okay. So give a try by enabling the like when you were debugging. When you were
Yes, Pankaj,
debugging,
I am listening. Yeah.
when you were debugging in this, here under the settings, enable this update debugging.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay.
It's
And
triggering the update function module.
Okay, it's triggering. Fine. And
Yeah.
there, did you put the dynamic breakpoint on the table CD pause?
No, this I didn't try, but I activated the trace ST05. and execute the whole program. And after that, I stopped and search for the table CD pos in this trace, but it is not there. But records is updating in table. I think table names are coming dynamically.
See, you do one thing. Use the SAT transaction, SAT transaction. Okay.
Okay.
And once it collect the trace, no, let me see if some trace are there. There is no trace at this moment. So actually, when you will go to the evaluate, there you will get, there will be one tab. We are going to discuss this SAT and all, there will be one tab where it will show you on what tables it has hit actually. Okay.
Okay.
So their update table also will be there. Normal, see, table can be updated in various ways, right? One is the dialog mode, another in the background mode, another in the update mode, correct? Update function module.
Yes.
So different ways. So that might be getting update in some another in the background mode or in the update mode. And that's why might be that trace for update and background you might have not enabled. That's why that table is not captured. So that can be one reason, you are 100% sure that that is the table which is getting, which is supposed to be updated,
after
right?
executing the VA02, I can see those
entry are getting updated. See, actually, in S4HANA, your system is S4HANA, right?
That one is
ECC.
No, ECC only.
Okay, then fine, because in S4HANA data model have been also changed, so here one table will get updated and another you will find automatically entries are there due to the data model and all got lot of changes are there in the S4HANA, but ECC is fine. So if you can share now maybe a screen, I will try.
No, that is my system. I now logged through my mobile actually. That is in my.
No problem. You do use the SAT transaction. Okay, and we have discussed about today update, update and modify. First you try with the update on that particular table. Okay. Put the filter on that particular table and check in the update function module, mostly it should be there.
Actually, I have checked in one user exit where save document something will be there. There many enhancements are there, but even there also I am not able to find that update statement.
No problem, just try. It happens in the debugging. Still, if you are not able to find on this Sunday inner circle call, you'll join over there with your system. I will debug it for you. Okay, and we will find out. Okay.
Actually, in ST05 SQL trace, actually tables should come, right? Actually, whatever tables it is hitting, all table names should come, right? But why it is not coming? That I am.
No, so that table will come, right? Table, whatever the table it's going to get called, and if you have enabled the trace properly in all the mode, it will display. Okay, we will see that one. What is the problem? We will identify. Nothing to worry. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. Any other person who is having any doubt?
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yeah. But yes, Lakshmi, just I'm making you the presenter. Yes, please share your screen.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes, this is fine.
Yeah, please. I am unable to debug it. I mean, it's going to standard program and giving output. Please do it now. I am unable to.
Which one?
Debugging of this assignment one.
Just log in over here, na?
You are unable to see my program?
Yeah, I'm not able to see your program. Share your complete screen.
Okay.
No? Click on the share button and choose the first option to share. Very first option.
Yes. Okay. No. It's coming this one only.
Click on the share screen first.
Here, new share came. I'm clicking on it. I'll see it like this. No, is it visible, sir?
Yeah, now it's visible. Yes.
Okay. How to give
Yeah, tell me
control?
what is the problem. Just run it. Run the
No,
program.
no. You show me how to do it. I'm unable to do.
What to do? You have to run the program, right?
Yes, yes.
Run the program. You just click on this F8 button. That is not the F8 button. Here you have. Yeah, fine. ROH F8. Yeah.
This is not a problem.
What's the problem?
To debug, sir.
So to debug, there are many ways, right? You either put the session breakpoint or
Where exactly I have to keep
the first
breakpoint?
executable line. Simply see, simply you click on this session breakpoint. You don't go anywhere. Just go and put the cursor in beginning. No, remove this one. Remove this.
Okay.
Just go in beginning. Just go in beginning. Yeah. Click on now session breakpoint. It will automatically create the breakpoint on first executable line. Yeah. Now press F8. Yes. Give anything. Yeah. Press F8.
So now I am pressing F5.
Sorry.
F5. F5. F5.
Where you are pressing F5?
Button. F5 button.
You have pressed F8 or F5?
First executed and pressing F5. Okay.
Then what you are facing the issue? F5. No problem.
Means it is going to standard program. I am unable.
Yeah, it will
to
go into a standard program, because say your application program is getting executed by the system program. Okay.
Okay. Actually, as you said, we should not get FERT in the output. So I want to find out where it is updating, but I am unable to find the exact line where it is updated.
Okay, fine. It's still not your debugger is open, right? Or opened?
Yeah, unable to see my screen, sir.
See, Lakshmi, I told you, click on the share screen and share your entire desktop, whichever the first one is coming. No, select that one so that I will be able to see your complete desktop. You are sharing a particular screen. Yeah, now it's fine. Wait. So, okay, here you are coming, right?
Okay.
See, this is your program, correct? Display underscore data.
What happening to me? It is in debugging mode, sir. It's not a. Are you able to see, sir?
I'm able to see your screen now.
Still, it is in standard one only.
And this is the custom one, right?
Yes. So how to find?
You do one thing. You give me the control. I will show you how to debug. Okay.
Should I click on remote control? Oh, okay.
Okay. So what you can do, press F8 over here. And you have to find out why this FERT is coming, right?
Yes, sir.
I do one thing. I'm going to share my screen and I will show you there also. Okay. I'm not able to control your system. Not sure what's the issue. You are not audible, Lakshmi. If you are